So last night, I got to tell you a funny story. So moving some of my operations to Chicago over the next several months. And so I bought some season tickets for the Bulls and the Blackhawks. So my wife last night went to the Miami Heat Chicago Bulls game, and she goes, honey, did we buy tickets to a really bad team? I'm like, yes, Chicago's tanking. It's not a very good team right now. And so Miami just blasted them and clobbered them. But as I'm watching the game, I am thinking to myself, wouldn't this be a great place for Kevin Durant? I mean, Miami wins a lot. I know Miami is known as, there's an old saying, a sunny place for shady people. But the Heat are grown-ups. The Dolphins and the Marlins aren't. The Heat are grown-ups. They haven't missed the playoffs in back-to-back years for 2 decades. 9 conference finals in 20 years. They've been in 2 finals in the last 6 years, and I don't think they have that good a talent. And Kevin Durant, he can hide. Stars hide. It's an international city. He'll hide. He'll get a major coaching upgrade. Spoelstra from Budenholzer goes to a weaker conference. And, oh, by the way, Bam Adebayo, when he played in the Olympics, Bam, a very long, athletic, excellent defender, will take the tougher defensive assignment. And I'm just looking at it, and I'm thinking to myself, you could talk about the Knicks, but is Tibbs going to be there, and is Tibbs a great fit for KD? Long practices, a lot of minutes. That's not what Spoelstra's going to do. Spoelstra gets stars. The Heat get stars. Riley Lakers Heat get stars. The Knicks, Tibbs almost feels sometimes collegiate. Long practices, grinding players in minutes. And then you could say the Celtics, I just don't see KD as a Boston guy. That's just me. I don't think they're going to make that move. So I kind of have always felt like the Miami Heat are the Warriors East. Great coach, great owner, great GM, excellent culture. Miss on draft picks, the whole league does, but get the free agent signings usually right. And I'm looking at KD, and I'm like, and I've told you before, I love KD the player. He seems like a nice guy. His career moves drive me nuts. But the Miami Heat do stars well. Peyton, Shaq, Wade, LeBron, Bosh. I mean, LeBron and Butler left, but I don't know. Seem like they get to a lot of finals in Miami, and they don't always have the best roster. I mean, Jimmy Butler got to a couple of finals. I didn't like the roster. I like Jimmy Butler, and Tyler Hero was good last night. I'm hit and miss on him. So just a thought as I watched them clobber Chicago beginning to end last night. KD, no state tax, winter league mostly, Pat Riley, Spoelstra. That feels like a good fit to me. Okay. One more thing. So I'm watching. I told the story earlier. So I bought, as I'm moving some operations to Chicago, yes. I bought Bulls, Blackhawks season tickets. Yeah. And so my wife's like so excited to go to a playoff game. And I said, okay, just settle down. They're not. Yeah. So, she's texting me last night. Did we buy tickets to a terrible team? And I said, well, if they get Cooper Flagg, they won't be.
Exactly.
And so I laughed. But my takeaway was watching the game last night was, boy, KD and Miami. Listen, they've made, I said it earlier, like they've made the conference finals like 9 times in 20 years. Like, they're really well run. Yeah. The Dolphins and Marlins, maybe not. There's a lot of grifters in Miami, not in the Miami Heat building. That's like the grown-ups in the room.
Yes.
Rachel, I watch KD, and I'm like, they got deal makers in that front office.
Oh, yeah.
He is exactly what they need. And by the way, Cleveland and the Celtics are so good, you can't like chip it down the fairway. Bring out the big clubs. You need a big swing.
Yes. I don't think there's any question the Heat want him. They have the assets to make it done.
They do.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they know what bringing in a guy like KD could do for them. But there are other teams that want him too. And part of this is going to be in KD's control. Where does he want to go? Nobody wants an unhappy Kevin Durant, especially after what happened in Phoenix on their roster. So he's going to have a say in all of this as well. And we're just going to have to see what kind of offers people put on the table.
But you know what? Say this about KD. Players like him. Budenholzer and him didn't get along, but that's probably more coach than player. Even when he left Golden State, like the guys individually like him. He's a quirky personality. But I think Miami does stars.
And look, I think Miami would be a great choice for Kevin because after being in an organization that frankly, in the front office, James Jones didn't know if he was in charge, or Matt Ishbia charges in and now he's in charge, and oh, they make this trade and oh, they make that trade, and there's been instability in the coaching ranks on that team. To go to a Miami team where everything is, as you say, above board and runs like clockwork in the front office department and the coaching staff, I think he would welcome that kind of structure. And I think he'd love to live in Florida, just judging on his personality.
Listen to this. Breaking story.
Yeah.
Shams.
Yes.
Damian Lillard has been cleared of his deep vein thrombosis.
Wow.
No longer on blood-thinning meds. Lillard out for Game 1 Saturday. Will have a period of time to resume contact workouts. He could be in the late part of that series, could play. That's big.
That's big. That's a few ifs, by the way, because he hasn't been playing basketball for a few months now, right? So, I mean, I think that he does have to work his way back in. So whether we see him or not probably depends on how much trouble the Bucks are or aren't having in that series.
Who's favored in that series, Ryan? Who is favored in that series? Is Milwaukee's favored in the series?
I just think that we're going to have to see how he progresses. This is a delicate thing. However, it's obviously great news. I mentioned they had a positive medical update the other day, but it wasn't really pointing at something like this. The fact that he's been cleared of the medical issue is huge because, by the way, deep vein thrombosis is a serious medical issue. So for his personal health, that's great. And for the team, that is great.
Pacers are actually favored. Okay. All right.
It's going to be close, though. That's a toss-up one.
Yeah. I'm taking the Rockets over the Warriors, but, you know, you gotta take some swings. You know, what else? And I do think the Clippers beat the Nuggets, which is rare because, you know, here's the thing. Memphis and Denver move off coaches.
Yeah.
Do you watch the Memphis game against the Lakers the other night? They couldn't get the ball in.
No.
Inbounds play was the game.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, you can't fire a coach if you're going to be a playoff team. You can wait 3 weeks. It's crazy. That inbounds play becomes huge for Memphis.
And when you are coaching against a guy in Ty Lue, who obviously is so experienced and clever, I think that will come back to haunt.
So Caitlin Clark changed the financial structure of the league. Wasn't my word. It was Time Magazine's word. They used influential. And now she's not influential. So here's a rule for anybody considering starting a league. And I do think the WNBA got so mocked and criticized, they finally figured it out. In sports, don't get caught up in sharing the spotlight. Because occasionally an athlete will be the spotlight. Don't play nice. Play the hits. Caitlin Clark is easily the most influential athlete in a team sport since Michael Jordan. Patrick Mahomes is great. The league was doing fine. Tom Brady retired. The league's doing fine. Favre, Peyton Manning left. Fine. They're great. I mean, you could argue Steph Curry is influential because of the way he changed the way basketball is played. Maybe that's the second most influential person. But, I mean, the only athlete in my lifetime I can think of that compares to Caitlin Clark, and it's not a team sport, it's golf, is Tiger Woods. I mean, Tiger Woods literally got people to a television on Sunday. For a decade, it was Sopranos after Tiger Woods round. I mean, he changed American viewing habits. So just think about this. 6 WNBA teams have already preemptively moved the Caitlin Clark games to bigger venues. Time Magazine, you used the word. I didn't. You invalidated your list. You made it inauthentic because you were trying to play nice. Don't play nice. Play the hits.